online. There's definitely a world where Fusion can make this happen. But it's going to be swapping with Arnold Reaper. Lip is going to be taken out as Brad will rejoin the Racer. Boom, coming through, senses Iyaki on the side of the map.
MCD's like, all right, I know how to actually flick heads. Let me show you. There's a pin from Marvel. Ooh, but now that is a Zen Transcendence to live. That is actually shocking that he was able to survive that. Get a kill.
Rascal burns the ice block. The Blizzard gets eaten. Hotba, a huge move from him. Wall comes up as well, denies Bob access to the point, so he's not going to be contesting it.
But oh, look at Bernard just going in. Taking down two effectively with a little bit of assist from MTD. And Bernard doing so much in this team fight.
Oh man, I love hype videos like that. It's one of the big things that I miss from like way back when in like the Halo days and the COD days, you know, like I say COD days and Halo days like they're not still around, but you know what I mean, when it was like Halo 2, Halo 3, those kind of montages. And with the replay viewer, you can get so many sick angles and shots and stuff, and oh man, it looks so cool. And well, of course, it is the Spark versus the Philadelphia Fusion. If you couldn't tell from that video just then, I'm excited, ZP. The Philadelphia Fusion, they've got a lot of their players now in Korea. They're ready to rock and roll. Plus, coming off a very nice win against the Shanghai Dragons yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like all the hype is behind the Fusion. The fan base is re-energized, and they're good to go. They're going like, yes, this is our time. This is the Fusion we knew would show up. However, I can't help but get deja vu a little bit from what happened in NA, where you had the Paris Eternal beat the Dallas Fuel. It's like, they're invincible. They got it all, and then they lost to the Boston Uprising. So as a fan base, you always have to be worried about, well, you got a big win, but do you have the consistency to take down another team that on paper might be a bit weaker? Because the Spark, yeah, they might have lost their last series in a devastating fashion, but they're out for revenge, Jaws. They really are.
Yeah, the Spark, oh, man. The Spark, I cast that one yesterday. I'm like, there's no way the Seoul Dynasty do this, right? There's just no way. The Spark were looking so good, but it happened. I mean, how do you come back from that? That's like a devastating loss too. You get reverse swept completely. Like, those are the one things, like, it does remind me of like my own comp games. I'm sure you kind of everybody else can kind of relate to this at home in Control, where you're, or old Control, when it used to be 5 points of control potentially, and you're up 2 and then you lose 3 in a row. You just, it's the worst feeling in the world. And it's even worse when it's on stage as well, or in these official matches too. It's really devastating. Can they bounce back? We'll have to wait and see. Gu Shui has been an extremely valuable player to the team and the org and just everything. The guy is an absolute phenom on the wrecking ball, on the monkey. Like, he is such an unbelievably good main tank player, and you can see it by his stats as well. Knockback kills, minefield kills, and fewest deaths too. Like, wrecking balls have quite, I was about to call it like a lifespan, like it's a wild animal. I guess you could maybe classify Hammond as a wild animal, but Wrecking Ball is quite an interesting hero because the way you interact with the rest of the map and the rest of the enemy team, and even your team to a certain extent as well, like, you can be targeted very easily by a Zenyatta, by a lot of these stuns, and having tied 3rd fewest deaths, you can see how much value Gu Shui gets out of that by having a lot of these better stats, and the knockback kills and the mine kills and whatnot. This guy just doesn't die, gets a whole lot of value with every single part of his kit, and he is one of the keys to success for the Hangzhou Spark.
I'd say their tank line in general too, for as good as Gu Shui is, Bernard always feels like the one player in the team that in most games, maybe not every series, but most series, has good, solid production. You see Bernard right there next to Gu Shui, and you know, it almost doesn't matter what sort of team Bernard is on, what season it is, he'll always find a way to do good things. You pair it up with Gu Shui, it's why a lot of people look at the Spark and they go like, how has this team not won more? There's so much potential, just do the thing.
Just do the thing, just win. Just so easy. They've had a lot of roster shuffles too, and a lot of coaching changes also. And I want to see this coming up. We got to have a look at Philadelphia Fusion. They got a hype video ready to go as well, so we're going to jump straight into that.
Making mincemeat of the opposition. This was what we were promised when this guy was joining the league.
Perfect stuff from Funny Astro.
Mano, that is filthy.
Plants the sticky bombs. Great stuff from Shockwave.
As Rascal makes his mark.
You can just jump straight.
So that was the Fusion hype video. And the one thing that occurs to me, Jaws, when I see that, you know, just in roster shuffles and players we've seen and haven't seen, there's something funny when you see the Shockwave highlight and a Shockwave back on the Vancouver Titans as opposed to on the Fusion. I hope we see him play at some point. All I gotta say.
And he killed Zik too.
Yeah.
Another vintage name. Oh,
The
man.
best.
Yeah, it is funny looking at year on year. Of course, Mano was there on the MYXL too. There's a little bit of a vintage clip of Astro as well on HLC, Horizon Lunar Colony. Like, oh my word. Real throwbacks there. Right, let's get into the series at hand though, ZP. Nepal is the first map. And a lot of expectations coming in for the Philadelphia Fusion. Very big dub over the Shanghai Dragons yesterday. Just playing on another level, like you were mentioning at the very start of the day, in fact.
Yeah. And again, I think the only thing to brace yourself for is that there's a part here where, you know, the rare crossover Eternal Fusion fans going like, don't get too hype. Your hope can be taken away at a moment's notice. But I do have hope for the Fusion that they'll be able to do it again, because I think it's a great story if they come back into form. But Jaws, it's Spark, it's Fusion, it's getting on.
Ah yes, come back into form to then perpetually be second, third place. Perfect. Perfect. The script working as intended.
Yep. But here we
Very
go.
different comps here from the Spark, though, and the Philadelphia Fusion. Like a little bit of poke damage from the Fusion with the Carpe on the... oh, well, that's unfortunate if you're EQO. A lot of poke damage from Carpe, but just this bunker-style composition with a lot of long-range hit scan from the Spark play very different ways. And I say very different ways, but it's actually the Spark almost diving onto the Philadelphia Fusion there. They pushed them so far in. Nice little slam with the Spark taking the kill onto EQO. Does net them the point.
Also, I think Carpe, for that first fight, hit nothing but shields. The Carpe Hangzhou is a very controversial topic in general, as people discuss the Fusion, because it giveth, and a lot of times it's taken away. But this time, got Architect. Carpe find another. Fusion still not in control of the point, looking to evict the Spark. Carpe gets another. Is it time for the ascension of the Carpe Hangzhou? Look for one more, and well, dies the Shine, but enough damage was done, it seems.
It'll do, it'll do. He did kill 3, and IDK with an extraordinarily late rally ended up using that to solo. Maybe he thought he could grab someone else in the rally and give them armor as well, but what a big ultimate to throw in there at the very end of the fight. Not going to have that one for the next one, and Funny Astro's got his, and Alarm's now got the Transcendence online as well. A lot of ultimates used there, a lot of high impact ones for the Spark, and even changing over to Architect on the top at this point. Like, they've reset a lot of their ultimate economy, ZP. EQO's going to have an EMP too. Carpe can send to the Dragons. It looks like a good, quick and clean fight here for the Fusion if they play their cards right.
Yeah, if Fusion executes correctly, this shouldn't be a fight. This should just be a transactional exchange of ultimates. That's all they really want here. EMP comes out, hits 4 on the Spark. Architect though got EQO as he went in. Here comes Carpe, drops a Dragon on the side. It's gonna get taken. Oh, the Graviton eaten! Bernard, right place, right time. The Spark though, not really close to taking control of the point again. The progress going up for the Fusion all the while as they back out.
Wow, Hopper with a very ambitious grabbers on surge, kind of lobbed that from downtown. And Bernard was like, wow, that's the easiest ult I've ever eaten in my life. He was just kind of chilling. He was like, oh, it's coming straight forward to me. What a surprise. Okay, another engage here from Mano. A lot of damage. Supercharger goes down late, and they only just managed to get him. That might cost them. That's a lot of stall time on the point now. ZP just disappeared for the Fusion.
Yeah, I thought Mono was going to get away, but losing him here that early definitely hurts the Fusion a lot. Now the Spark taking initiative on the point. Alarm down, and it's Architect for long-range bombs in the form of rivets from the Torb. Actually, big damage coming in.
Yeah, that turret as well. I'm just saying, put that turret in front of the window and watch how much damage it does. They should have done that one instead. That's a classic for myself. Just putting my turret behind a window or windowing turrets. It's funny to see the turret shoot through window, honestly. And the enemy team doesn't expect how much damage it does, you know.
I mean, it's there, it's consistent. It's like, it's mini bomb.
Yeah.
Just sitting there constantly firing. But here comes Carpe. Drops the dragon.
And drops everybody else. Easy.
Yeah.
Done. Dusted.
Very
67% for the Spark. A very quick cleanup, like you said. Nikio's nearing this EMP as well. Bit of extra ult charge there for Hotba. Thank you very much. And the composition for the Spark, it takes a little bit of time to set up his EP, but they're going to have to go extremely quickly. Who touches? Probably Bernard in this composition. It feels like they want to go left side right now. They want to just jump onto the point as safe as they possibly can be, but turret set up in the corner, Molten Core to maybe go for this disengage. One touch has happened, but overtime is still ticking. They do manage to get the recontest once again as the rally does surge them forward.
Yeah, Mono goes down early. Graviton used by the Fusions. Thought they're going to beat there. Hoppa gets Gushway. Spark falling one by one. They're up to the Torperoids this time. And Hoppa charged up, good to go. And the Fusion just about ready to retake and seal the round.
No window has been popped though, ZP. Bernard loses his mech as well.
They can't. They have to recap it. There we go. Oh, they get the recap, and now the Spark gonna sort of flood onto the point, but not consistently. I don't know what miracle they need here, Jaws, but I don't think we're gonna see it.
Yeah, we're definitely not going to see it, especially with those dragons splitting everybody up. There you go. Architect just feeds himself to the hungry dragons, and that will be Sanctum being taken by the Philadelphia Fusion. 1-0 now. And wow, the comp difference, I really like the comp the Spark were running, like 100%. But if you're in control with that comp, is difficult sometimes. Philadelphia Fusion maybe it looked a little bit easy for them, but it is a very hard comp to actually run into, especially with the Torb. Extremely hard character to kill. The turret does a whole lot of poke damage as well, and as soon as you control the point, it takes a long time for the Philadelphia Fusion to kind of chunk them out, just kind of whittle them away. The shields have to be taken care of, the turret has to be taken care of, and then they can touch the point. But when the Spark don't have the point, it's so easy for the Philadelphia Fusion to split the attention of the Spark, make them look 16 different ways for them to try and actually gain the space and gain control of the point.
Well, the next fight, Jaws, is underway. No Torp, but there is a Pharah. Funny Astro dies immediately. EQL flying solo, and oh, just stripped out of the sky by the legs. Really nice response here from the Spark, and you know, now the question is, do you play the Pharah in the retake, or do you swap up?
Yeah, I think you just stay. There's a lot of cover you can take as the Pharah. You only need one kind of disruptive engage from Mano to stop Architect and Shy. But of course, they are on hit scan, so you know the debate is there. Do you switch because they're against you're against double hit scan, or do you hope that you can retake rather quickly and then force double hit scan to kind of push out in order to do the damage? In which case, you can kind of blow them up. It's a tough one. There is a Nano though on EQO, and he gets instantly burnt down.
Yeah, it was kind of the triple hit scan there with Baf getting into the fray. EQO out of the fight. Astro, I think, might have been going for the res, gets caught in. Oh, Bernard's just going forward. He's walking at him and looking for the Diva for good measure as the Spark clap back pretty hard here, Jaws.
Yeah, EQO decides enough is enough. We're going to change. They changed 3 heroes in their comp, and on control ZP, that's a very dangerous thing to do. It's a very short game mode if you really think about it, hence why there is 3 rounds. You make big sweeping changes halfway through already, you've almost reset your entire ult bank, especially with combos that you can build up with the EMP. They're in a dangerous spot. EQO is going to have to build up this his own EMP at lightning pace to make it worth the swap here.
Yeah, and I mean, for Fusion, you know, you mentioned the EMP part. It's tough. They basically need to win a fight without the EMP in order to get some good momentum here. Bomb in from Hoppa. Is this going to be the key? Well, it gets rid of the inanimate objects. And hey, something Carpet to get rid of the BAP. Hoppa over to the side. 2 down for the Spark, and this is the clean fight the Fusion were looking for. Just need a little bit more. Looking for the last remnants here. The Spark. Bernard dropped the bomb, trying to be the hero. Shielded away as Carpe really hates turrets, Jaws.
He really hates turret. Just pulse bomb and get it out of the way. Get it out of my game. It's like every summon possible there was killed. You had the Immortality Field, the turret twice in a row, like the Supercharger as well. Oh, not Supercharger, sorry. Guangzhou hasn't used it just yet. And that was the clean fight, like you mentioned. Now, EQO with the EMP online, or at least 5% away. This is the fight that Philadelphia Fusion needed. So the question is, do they do quick here, or do they just kind of bait the Hangzhou Spark in, and then use the EMP when Guangzhou has laid that Supercharger down? Make them use a little bit more than they want.
This is good. Mono drops the mines. It buys time for the EMP, because EQO didn't have it drop it immediately. Now he's going to have it as they go in. Immortality Field saves Bernard, but they also have to use Immortality Field there, Jaws. It's not on cooldown anymore.
Oh my god, I thought he was going to get discovered there.
Yeah, that was a little EQO jump scare going in, but now he has the EMP. He has the angle, comes in from the back, drops it! And is the fall through going to be there? Gets shy. Where's the rest of the Fusion? Hoppa goes down. However, the Spark is getting forced back. Carpe off the rewind, doesn't go down here. Pulse Bomb, good to go. Holden, Wade, and off the top. Just a soft touch onto the Orisa, and oh, they get it. Not the cleanest fight, but one that Fusion are doing quite well at.
Yeah, definitely, and they managed to save the Transcendence as well, so that's a big win for them. A lot of the ultimates for the Spark right now require a fair bit of setup. That window needs the space, or you can use it to create space. Use it top left to force your way out of that door, but then all the Philadelphia Fusion need to do is disengage, and then they can even re-engage with the Transcendence. They're on final fight territory now, ZP. Molten Core, and again, another space creator. Deadeye, another space creator. They've used the window to actually get out of Gishin and push onto the point. And in fact, they can use the Molten Core to deny some more of that space. Look, it's just covered, and Carpe just goes down to it. What?
He steps in it, and as a result, the Spark just got to a point. It's not even really contested. They fear the pink goo coming out of Architect right now. And perhaps Carpe should have feared it a little bit more. The Spark, a little bit of life in them yet. 89%. The Fusion, again thrown back. Mono under heavy pressure, can't roll away. The CC coming out from Shy. And all of a sudden, the Fusion might be going down around here. The Spark can just get one or two more pickoffs. Looking for the Diva. Hoppa gonna get demeched. And they just about have it, Jaws.
Yeah, that EMP was pretty good from EQO, but the lamp was there to save them just in time. And that should be it. Manu's going to get cleaned up. One apiece now on Nepal. Very, very stark contrast to what actually happened on Sanctum as well. So this next one's really going to test them. I've got a feeling EQO is going to run out on the fire again. I mean, the guy is a monster on that pick, but I like the instant picks here from the Spark. They do end up just going with the Kree and the Soldier to roll out the gate, just thinking about what the Philadelphia Fusion have been running recently, and it has been EQ on the Farah, so running that out first, I don't mind it whatsoever. You take control of the skies, you make EQO's life a lot harder, and if you need to swap, you can. Legs, pretty quick hero, can run back and forwards to spawn if necessary. You don't, you know, sometimes you just want to keep on it just for the sake of it, but yeah, it doesn't like, oh, in fact, no, they're not doing that at all. I baited myself. It's actually Shy and Architect on the Sombra and the Tracer.
Yep, so not going to be as much pressure on EQO, or especially Funny Astro, the way there was last time around, but don't let that tell you Bernard won't go for it. As Bernard goes up, immediately goes down. EQO, such a huge skybox work here, where, yeah, there's cover for the other team, but it's real hard to put pressure on Zafar, even as a Diva with the boosters. EQO hanging out here for a while, going to the other side, looking for the ball, looking for the Sombra to the back! Gets two with the aid of Carpe, and that should be a very nice, good first fight here for the Fusion, but they're going to roll around. EQO's going to look for a little bit more. Make sure the job is done as Hoppa beams down MCD, and surely that's it.
Yeah, that's gotta be it. A couple extra bullets in the skull of Hammond. That was a very nice fight from Alarm too. Architect tried to get something done in the backline, got slept, and then you saw EQO jumps in, damage boosted rocket, ended up finishing him off, and then Alarm followed that up with an anti-nade on not only Bernard and MCD, but IDK as well. So 3-man anti, finished the fight up, and that's exactly what you expect from a world star support like Alarm.
Yeah, so if you're the Spark, you have to wonder, what do you do to break this open? It's like just semantics, I suppose. But EQO on here. The barrage just about ready. Multiple explosive threats building up here for the Fusion. EQO just gets hunted down. Bernard, the one-man show, rolls over. Carpe gets a bomb on the IDK, but they need way more than that. I mean, there's no more healing for the Fusion. They don't have the throughput to actually stay on here unless they just got an elimination immediately, and that's not going to happen. The Spark should have this retake, and Architect make sure of it.
Yeah, Architect with a nice little 3-piece there, maybe 4, wasn't quite counting, but they do manage to get the point flipped over. But the Philadelphia Fusion, that was a fairly cheap fight for them in terms of ult charge, but same for the Spark, really. So many ults either side. I'm trying to think of the game plan here for the Spark, because ideally you just go fairly early. You just throw in that EMP, maybe the self-destruct as well to catch them off guard. EQO, maybe a ground barrage? Not quite, no. Everybody manages to scatter to the 4 wins before he can even get that off.
He was thinking that, though, but here comes the Nano. Rotating around, nice move for EQO, but he slept! Nice movement into the sleep dart, so maybe not nice at all. Oh, the response from the Spark is devastating, Jaws. That was poetry in motion.
Unbelievable sleep by MCD, shutting that down, and even made EQO swap as well. Oh my goodness. Nano and EMP used. That was it for the Spark. They're even going to switch MCD over to the Zen. Like, that is an incredible fight. One just off of that sleep dart.
That felt like Bane breaking Batman's back there. I don't know how the Fusion come back for this. That feels like such a momentum shift, but we'll see if the changes do the job. Hack on the mono. Oh, he gets health back, but he's hurting. He's hurting real bad. Architect chases him down. The pulse bomb ready to go now for Architect on the prowl, and Fusion, they're backing out. I think they realize they got one fight left and they want to make it a good one.
Yeah, that's exactly what they need to do. And they did swap up their support line too. Astro and Alarm swapped off the Ana and the Mercy, and they were on Zen and Brig now, respectively. And oh, it's so rough. I spoke about how punishing these swaps can be on Control. Carpe's in the back line trying to go for a pulse, gets stunned, has to recall.
Also fighting the Sombra, and oh, it's not a great fight for Carpe. Taken out by Shy. 99% now for the Spark. It is the Fusion on the brink. Funny Astro is down. And with 4 members remaining, the Fusion in dire straits. Gushue bites off a little bit more than he can chew there to his alarm. Ends up falling, but the rest of it all going the Spark's way. Overtime ticking down. And that is the Spark taking map 1.
Very inevitable at the end there. As soon as Carpe did get hacked and taken out, you lose so much of that damage and so much of that backline pressure that you need to output against the Zen and the Brig. Spark take the first map in the series. It looks like it's going to be a close one, ZP. We're going to jump to a quick break. We got map number 2 on your screens in a bit.
Coca-Cola is the official refreshment of the Overwatch League. The Overwatch League is brought to you by Coca-Cola, the official refreshment of the Overwatch League, and by IBM, the official cloud and AI partner of the Overwatch League.
The sun is rising in California, and so are the hopes of the Spark fans. ZP. Philadelphia Fusion end up losing that one in a very, very close fashion. The Spark, they are looking so good right now. Their DPS line just popping off, and well, I want to speak about the support line just a little bit. MCD and IDK just immortal on the battlefield.
Yeah, the Spark had a lot of things going well for them there, and I think you're exactly right when you bring up the support. I think the support and take line alike really were the stars of the show. Yeah, there was good moments for the DPS, but and what's felt like a DPS-centered meta, just seeing that solid of a front line and a back line do their work, it was really cool to see. And you also talk about the front line side, Bernard points just chasing down the far with reckless abandon and making opportunities out of nowhere. The Spark look improved, and look, I wasn't trying to put like some sort of curse on the Fusion, but I said before the series, I'll say it again, this feels like all the vibes of the Boston Paris series earlier. Very similar parallels, Jaws.
Yeah, extremely similar. Will it be the same case as the script been recycled? We'll have to wait and find out. We are going on to Blizzard World for our next map, and well, the Spark, I think they just keep running the same kind of thing, honestly. I really enjoy the fact that they're running this Orisa, this kind of bunkery style comp with the Torbjorn as well. It deals a lot with the Tracer and the Sombra. That turret does check them so heavily. It doesn't really do too much to the Wrecking Ball, but it's still an annoyance that you do have to deal with if you're trying to find a back avenue to disrupt the back line or the front line, for example, with the Wrecking Ball. And yeah, so keep playing that, honestly, especially on the defense too. There's a nice few turret spots you can place that really stops that Tracer from harassing MCD and IDK.
Well, also the other thing that I feel like Torb in general has always been a little bit underrated since he got his current level of power. But, you think about the other thing that goes into it too. Baseline stats, Torb actually has amazing stats, and he's not a hit scan hero, which means he did get affected by all the recent hit scan nerfs that, make it a little bit less desirable to run an Ashe or a McCree. So, Torb gets good poking damage, is pretty good up close, gives you zoning with the turret that you're talking about, and his ultimate is pretty good too. I think Torb's a hero that you can legitimately mix into some of these comps now just because he'll give you more presence at the mid to long range than at times some of the other options will.
Yeah, completely agree with all of the above statements. Completely agree. Nothing to add. That was it. There you go. That's my analysis. Nothing to add. ZP did it for me. Cheers, mate.
Yeah, the SAT, checkmark D. You've posed the question, but you've also answered it.
Wow. Easy. And I got a few points for writing my name too. Hell yeah.
There you go.
Do you get points for writing your name on tests? Like SATs? SATs?
I don't know.
We call them SATs in the UK, but I don't know if they're taken at the same time as you guys took yours. Because I remember mine. How old was I? I must have been about 7. Maybe?
No, we do not take them at 7 years old. I'll tell you that. We take some
maybe not 7.
Like,
oh, man. I'm trying to
really
think. I'm really trying to think. Maybe at like 10 or something. 10, 12, 10, 11.
The SAT and the ACT, they're college boards. So if you take that when you're 17 or 18, yeah.
Oh, well there you go. There you go. Well, I've learned something new every day. I was going to make a joke, but with the game.
The time has passed.
Are you serious? Are you serious? I think that's happened again. I swear this has happened before. Like in recent memory, where a Sombra has been hiding out at that exact location and they get slept. Oh my god. Well, at least EQO can come back to the point quickly, and there's no Lucio, so Spark can't run it down.
Yeah, there's not actually that much of an impact on the game from that. Aside from the fact, I suppose, that they don't see the swap that they went in. There's no scouting intel. So.
Yeah, I guess Shy gets a little ult charge, but not like a crazy big difference there. But, still a nice little pick to start us off with.
Well, we do have the Spark now being a little bit more aggressive towards the point. Carpe on the long game here. Looking for the flank on Hangzhou. Throws in the Storm Arrows. Backs out. A lot of time out of line of sight here. Carpe more on the setup. Meanwhile, the Spark taking more position as Carpe just continually rotating here. Just, oh, Mono's caught! Mono couldn't get away, and now the pressure about to get hot and heavy for the Fusion as the Spark move in.
Wow, look at Architect finds yet another kill on Alarm. It should be an easy point take now, there's no way. I mean, Mano's the one to touch in this composition. You can't have Hopper touch, he'll get instantly killed. Wow, very quick point A take there for the Spark. Couple of swaps maybe, Architect going all the way back. Maybe onto a hit scan. Okay, not quite. It's the Tor.
Better than hit scan. The true, just absolute alpha and omega Overwatch. Torbjorn.
Well, I mean, he's got a hit scan and projectile, technically, because his turret is hit scan and aimbot.
Yeah. He's got mini Bob. He's got Bob in a tinier package. His IDK gets caught. So Spark gonna get a little bit delayed here, Jaws, but gotta like what they're running so far.
They got a short spawn, though. So they should be good. Hopper taking a little bit too much damage. Eco, luckily enough, though, has built up towards the CMP. Like we mentioned before, because everybody's so close together on the Spark side, EMP should be fairly easy.
He's waiting. Okay, Shy, caught by Carpe, EQO. Flying away with the EMP. The problem here for the Spark is that the Spark are definitely playing a slower style here where they lose one and they back out, and it just feels like the last bit has been a whole lot of nothing, almost.
Yeah, but a whole lot of nothing. Although the payload has moved a little bit, mind you. So at least the Spark got something going for them. Yeah, they have to wait as well. Like, their composition does rely on everybody being alive at once, because if it's a 5v6, they stand very little hope because of the amount of poke and chip damage that the Philadelphia Fusion can do. High noon for space. Oh, EMP's big.
Meanwhile, the engage from Mono drops on in. Sets up to take out Gushway, and it's just one down for the Spark, but you know, as you just mentioned, Jaws, this isn't a comp that really likes going in one down, so the Spark just continue to lose time. However, EQO being down is going to slow ZMP build.
Nice
Graviton, though, in, and Hoppa, the fall through with the Dragon, and Spark just aren't moving.
Yeah, no movement whatsoever. Carpe finds yet another kill on Architect. Didn't even need that Dragon, by the way. Hopper already killed 2 supports before the Dragons even got there. So a little bit of a wasted ult, but it did guarantee them if Hopper didn't kill them, so not bad whatsoever. The Philadelphia Fusion, what a nice point B hold. It's tough for the Shanghai Dragons, the Hangzhou Spark, to really get a foothold right now, because Gushway requires him to slowly kind of move up with his shield and get to their payload to be the most effective.
Yeah, slow is the operative word of the day. It's real slow. It's taken a long time that the Spark quickly is not going to have. Carpe, meanwhile, looking for that magic arrow to the head from the back. Mono looping around. Does have to gauge here, and you know, just the slightest bit of pressure is pushing the Spark back, and it's delay after delay after delay. But here we go. Mono looks to dive on in. This time he's getting heavily focused. He goes down. The Spark all still alive. The rally, well timed for intense use by Alarm, but you know, I don't know if the Fusion get too much for it. They get to survive a little bit longer and get to retreat, but you know, the Spark, I guess, have finally put themselves in a good spot, but they're just now moving the payload. It took a while.
Took a long time. 1 minute and 40 seconds remaining, and this comp is so quick to engage. The Philadelphia Fusion have found a pick already.
Yeah, Architect's down. Here comes the EMP. EQO drops it. Buddy Astro there in the fall through. Carpe off on the side, and I mean, I don't know. I just feel like the slowness of this comp we're seeing from the Spark right now is Valiant-esque. They're not getting good engages. They're taking a long time to move in, and you know, they just suffer the tiniest wound, Jaws, and they go back.
Slow and steady sometimes doesn't win the race. They've got a minute left, CP. I mean, that's not much time at all. Like I said, comp takes long time to set up. Grug, you know? It is the Grug comp. What is the Grug comp? The Grug comp is like Rush with May Reaper. Me go fast, me hit things, you know?
Double shotgun, bang bang, me spin.
Yeah, exactly, me spin, me get kills. Well, speaking of kills, a lot of those were negated actually by the Immortality field just in time before those mines exploded on the rest of Spark.
It's so slow, Jaws. It's so... mind-bendingly slow. Here comes the Dragon. End our misery, please, Carpe. As it takes down another 2. 20 seconds left to go, and yeah. That's all I got, Juz. Yeah.
Nas dead as well. Philadelphia Fusion refusing to lose on this second point. It was a close game of control, but this is looking anything but at this point. They are going to be able to get a touch, I believe, as Bernat is on the wrecking ball.
Yeah, that's one way to at least keep it in contest, but man, the Spark have a long way to go. They dropped the window, but most of Fusion is able to position away from the window, so nothing really happens out of it. EMP up from EQO, hits 3, Carpe, on the ball through to IDK, falls a turn, EQO still in it, on the Gushway, finds the hack, down goes Bernard. And this is just good, solid cleanup from the Fusion, and that's going to be it for the round.
Yeah, it was like slow bleed out there towards the very end. It was a nice point A take, but because the comp took so long to set up, and Carpe just getting random picks, EQO as well delaying them, it just took them so long to not even find a fight, ZP, just to set up to then find a fight. It's not a comp that can take a lot of these engagements on the fly.
You know what it felt like, Jaws? It felt like that scene in Austin Powers where the steamroller is slowly moving to the guy and he's like, stop! Except at the very end, he just sidesteps the steamroller and nothing happens. Yeah.
Yep. Sounds about right.
Oh, it was just
about right.
I don't know how you go for the first map where the Spark looked great, well-toned, good. He just run into this where
fit, buff, jacked.
Like, it was just so slow. I mean, there was no sense of urgency. It was, I don't know. I'm not a fan of that comp on offense versus what Fusion was running, I suppose. Not much more to say.
On the defense, I think it works perfectly well, but yeah, it felt like a comp swap was definitely needed. Well, now, I mean, now they're running the comp. Okay. Well, anyway, they're running that comp that I thought they'd run on the defense this time. So, you know, the offensive comp is a defensive style, and the defensive comp is kind of an offensive style with Shine Architect on the Tracer and the Sombra. Very different styles of play, and I mean, if Carpe's been doing what he's been doing on the Hangzhou to their defense, just getting these wild picks, then should be quite an easy steamroll here for the Philadelphia Fusion.
Yeah, I think for Carpe, it hasn't been the most, like, the Hanzo is carrying us game, but it also isn't the Hanzo is doing nothing game. Like, it's just solid, good progress from Carpe. You know. Not the star per se, but also finding what he needs to in the moment. Just good.
Just good.
Yeah, just good. It's my feeling right now, Jonas. What can I say?
Just good.
EQO, though, in the back.
I'm out of here.
Carpe.
There's a pick.
He's like, I heard you. He's like, is that just good? How about great? Tell me it's good. Or better, I suppose. But, well, the Spark counter dive, Jaws, and it quickly turns to ashes.
It really does. At least Hopper finds a kill on the Gushway, but just turns this to ult charge. Nothing more. Big reset now. Shai just staring at the hacked health pack. It's quite nice that he's hacking these too, because that's normally the route you're going to be taking if you are the offense, if you are Philadelphia Fusion. So having that mega pack taken away is very nice for you. Equally EMP charge as well, both for EQO and Shai's. Whoever gets it first will be pulling the trigger kind of ASAP, especially on top of the Zenyatta. You can see EQO doing a little bit of scouting now, but Shai's orders, meanwhile, has been charging up his own. So, well, there's the dive, but no. Defense Matrix is going to get used and saves the day.
Alarm also getting a very nice pickoff on the Architect. 2 easy pickoffs for the Fusion, and that's one way to just really throw a wrench into any defense here, because the Spark, you just don't have the options to bring it back at this point. You can stagger, you can stall, but now Jaws have to defend for 4.5 minutes. Not very far in the B.
No, not very far whatsoever. They can get a lot of free payload push as well if they just stick Mano on the point and then have Carpe and the rest of the squad kind of take high ground. It's going to be tough for the Spark to really deal with it. They've got the EMP though, so that's kind of nice. Shai's got to play the dangerous game now. He can't stay in sight of EQO. It's whatever Sombra finds each other first too. if you manage to spot out the other Sombra, you kind of know where a Translocator is. It's a very easy engagement for yourself.
It's a very dangerous game of cyber warfare. Don't expose your ports to the other hackers, I suppose. As MCD, well-timed Transcendence from MCD. Carpe though, got Gushui, Architect on the pulse bomb, finds Hoppa. And the Spark, they've been able to save their EMP here, Jaws, and a great bout of ult economy on top of winning the fight.
Yeah, I do not agree with that Transcendence from Alarm there. It just felt quite wasted. They made the other team use mines, they use the pulse bomb, they use Transcendence of their own. Like, you're happy with that. You take that, and then use that Transcendence for this upcoming EMP. And like you said, that's a nice ultimate economy now for the Spark of the defense. They know they don't have that Transcendence to worry about.
Oh, the Graviton onto the Sombra, drops the EMP, and I think he died mid-EMP there, Jaws. Meanwhile, Carpe dropping the Dragon Strike, the Fusion. They'd like to end this here and now. Not playing extended games. Gushui is out of the fight. Bernard's about to get demected, and that's it!
Oh, and it's all said and done. That was a fantastic grab, actually.
Yeah.
Think about it kind of in retrospect. Hopper just kind of spins around, catches the Sombra in there. She can't translocate away. Like, whoa. Very nice positioning from Hopper. Nice reaction times. And yeah, you didn't see it, but the play of the game is Hopper getting that nice grab on the other side of the wall, and then Carpe following up with the Dragons. Philadelphia Fusion ZP, they are looking clean after that very close control. They take Blizzard World with ease. Map number 3 on your screen soon. We'll see you in a bit.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by Cheez-It Grooves. So much flavor, it's a mind crunch. The Overwatch League is brought to you by Pringles. Stay in the game.
Welcome back after that short break. One apiece now for Spark and the Fusion as we head into map number 3. It's going to be Route 66 to ZP. No subs, no one stepping in from the bench. It's just going to be the same thing over again. And oh man, let's talk about Blizzard World real fast before we jump into this map ZP. Spark's offense just pick after pick after pick. They were just getting shut down by Carpe from EQO. They just couldn't set up after they took the first point.
As I told you during the break, I watched that offense and I felt my soul leaving my body. It was an out-of-body experience for all the wrong reasons. It was just abject pain watching that Spark offense where it wasn't mobile enough. It was very slow on the attacks. And look, the Fusion had really good poking damage, so you just had this dynamic where the Fusion would get a pick off or they'd do enough poke to push them back, and it just felt like nothing happened as the time drained away after what was a very good early attack from the Spark on the point A. So they went from a quick, good point A attack to just a train wreck, a travesty of a point B attack. It was very strange.
Yeah, very strange indeed. I think the Philadelphia Fusion almost kind of solved how they wanted to aggress on that comp. It's really funny how we sometimes mention Carpe's Hangzhou being kind of a meme sometimes, but like, the last few maps, his Hangzhou's been looking rather clean, squeaky clean, mind you. So many early kills that just result in their team winning fights just over and over again.
Yeah, I think it's been an improvement. And it's always a weird thing with Carpe where it's like, I feel like he's a player, and it's not like a game-to-game thing usually. Just, I feel like there's weeks where it's like, good Carpe crushes everyone. And then there's sort of just like, not so good Carpe. Not that he's like costing the game, but he's not, elevating and getting key pickoffs. So, obviously one of the best players in the Overwatch League historically, but, a roller coaster overall, and certainly this season. But Carpe definitely looking a lot better at this stage thus far.
Yeah, he's looking super good and definitely riding high, I can imagine, after that 3-0 against the Dragons yesterday. Right, let's get on to Route 66, though. I mean, look, if they just keep running if Spark keep running the same comp, ZP, I just got to question everything, to be honest with you, man. Like, there's not much they were doing at all. It felt like they were AFK, you know what I mean? You're just getting picked off over and over again. I think they just go back to what they were running on the control, on Nepal. Just running the more dive-orientated comps with Banar on the Diva to help peel for the backline, and then you have Gushwei on the ball. Like, that was what was working out for them.
Yeah, I fully agreed. Yeah, I mean, I think you have to look at it and go, okay, Fusion, they had the answer. And the Fusion, I mean, they're coming out on same composition, right? They're going, well, if you want to run that Orisa stuff again, we're ready. So, Spark, perhaps not. I mean, it would be as bad on the defense, I suppose. But certainly, I don't want to see it on offense ever again, Jaws. At least not tonight.
There you go, the aggressive comp for the defense and the defensive comp for the offense. I mean, it can work out sometimes. On this map, if you manage to take the first point and then take high ground, the defensive comp with the Orisa can be quite a menace to actually deal with. But it does require you to actually initially get that momentum, which has been a struggle for the Spark.
Again, the key here for the Spark, you have a Hangzhou on the other side, and you gotta pick your moments to both dive the Hangzhou and also respect the sight line so an arrow doesn't hit you where you don't want it to hit you. Very deep. That's the sort of deep thoughts you get when you're on your third side of the game, Charles.
Deep thoughts. Wow. Oh, so Daisy. Yeah, EQO. No! He knew he messed up. Oh, can they kill him? They might be able to, Oh, no. Instantly, Mano comes in for the rescue. Carpe ends up going down to MCD in what could only... Oh, my word. Goodbye, Funny Astro. Straight off the map.
Yep, and the Spark. This is a lot more decisive, Jaws. They're getting their mobility back from the looks of it.
I'm surprised they didn't actually kill EQO in that moment. It's actually Mano that saved the day, but yeah, that big boot from Gushwei. He's got to be feeling pretty good.
Yeah, well,
now they have to reclaim all that space that they took a moment ago.
Back to the drawing board once more. This is also a real tough angle for Hangzhou to begin with, especially with the Spark are playing. But MCD, Kappa EQ on the back. Hoppa gets a walk forward. Deals with Shy. 6-on-4 now for the Fusion. Way more presence, way more manpower. Mono rolls on over, looks for the Brig, and just a clean engage. Surgical from all sides, and that's going to be a Fusion rolling this just about to the end of point A.
And they should be able to, especially with that late DMAC on Banar as well. And Banar actually going down. It's going to be a big struggle for the Spark. They have got EMP in mines, though, so they can cause a lot of disruption.
They go for it here. Not everyone's ready. Oh, the hack is so good. Gushue gets hacked midway through, immediately taken out, and Shy drops the EP. And wait. Surely not. You lose Gushue immediately, and you drop the EP, and somehow you push the Fusion back? That just happened, Jaws.
Yeah, 2 massive ults, but Carpe yet again finding these picks. MCD ends up going down. He unleashes the Dragons on the point.
Dragon goes down. Carpe, though, gets caught from behind. Bernard just did the little rotation to the back, and the Spark have successfully held here on point A, leaving the Fusion with only a minute 30 left.
A minute and 30, an EMP, and some mines and a grab. Like, they've got 5 ults. They should be able to secure this. It's how MCD and IDK actually navigate around this fight.
Well, should is a strong statement, but we'll see if it's strong enough here. EQO has the EMP. He's in the back. He's waiting for the rest of the Fusion to get ready. But just that moment before the storm. Appa gets Gushue down early. The punish. Devastating. EQO still waiting. The Fusion playing this a little bit slowly, but now getting consistent progress. The Spark pushed back. EMP finally dropped onto both Bernard and Architect. It's not the biggest VMPs because MCD had a well-timed Transcendence, but the overwhelming pressure completely there. The Transcendence timing, not enough, Jaws.
Self-destruction by much. Yeah, that the late grab there was so super nice. MCD was already on top of the rest of his team because he was trying to save them with the Transcendence healing, so it was easy pickings for Hopper there as he grabs both MCD and IDK to the wall and then clean both supports up, and that is the point unlocked. Quite a lot of stall though with the Spark, so I'd be happy with that, honestly.
Yeah. I think anytime you delay a team that much on Route 66, knowing how hard it is to fish the map, you gotta feel good about it.
Cheeky. Shy just kind of chilling. Oh, doesn't quite find the hack. Mono and Hopper working so well in just getting Mono out of there ASAP. Like, those bubbles are so good. And Carpe yet again, ZP, finds another pick.
Yeah, just again, it's not even anything flashy. It's just Spark had a little bit of a sneaky attempt to engage. Carpe goes to the back, winds up, finds one, and the Spark are about to go in again. They drop the EMP, alarm immediately taken out. Is the rest gonna be there? Architect, 2 nice cleanups off the EMP, pulse bomb, good to go, and I think you save it here. The fight just about over. Fusion running to the 7 wins, and Bernard just gonna go, yep, get back in the tunnel. But the Spark can come back out.
Yeah, they should be good again. They know Shy doesn't have EMP. EQO has his own. Got mines to come up as well, and double support. And the writing's on the wall almost, but it's how EQO approaches these fights again, because ideally he just needs to find MCD. He just like perma EMPs him, or at least tries to force something out. They must know MCD's near this ult because he hasn't used Transcendence in a while. Oh, nice manual hack. Yeah, Gushue's dead already.
Yeah, Gushue went back in one too many times. Now you're Philly. You got the EMP on deck. You got the 1-player advantage. You're getting good, consistent progress, and they'd like to take a team fight now for the Spark. I think they're going to wait for Gushue to come back in, but they might not have the luxury. A little bit of skirmish here on top. Bernard fighting to the back, looking for the Sombra. Knows EQO has the EMP. EQO and back on over. And Transcendence out early from MCD, but the bomb catches Mono. So still, the Spark might come out ahead of this because the EMP is going to be a little bit late from EQO. Bernard over here, and what's been a very long fight, gets the Discord Orb on him, rolls away. The payload's still moving. The Spark going to go back.
Yeah, they kill Carpe, but the payload is still into the station.
And now they're in. Hoppa off the minefield, has a little bit more space, charged up, good to go, looking for the top. And the Fusion just get a little bit more. And it was a very strange, long, drawn-out fight, Jaws, but one where Fusion, minute 3 to go, hanging in there.
Yeah, they lost one really early, and then the Spark ended up backing up, and it's like, okay, well, if you're not going to claim the space, we will save the Philadelphia Fusion. And then with the EQO salve with the EMP, it was really good, and then it's an easy roll here, but it's coming down to the Y yet again, ZP. Flank attack for the Spark. Huge
Set up by an EMP. Bomb in from Architect right after. Hotbot couldn't shield himself. Still 5-on-5, not the definitive advantage you'd want from the EMP. And again, both teams kind of doing this extended dance where it's not a hard engage, it's a long poking fight here as the Spark rotate around to the right. It's a good rotation. They catch 3 in the back corner.
We go down, and once again, they land themselves in final fight territory. The Fusion not looking in a good spot whatsoever. They got the Grav Dragon combo though, so avoid that Matrix from Bernard, maybe catch 1 or 2 supports, hopefully 2. They should be good to go.
Yeah, that is the plan. Although now you mentioned the Matrix and Bernard, I have to say you might have spoken it into being. That's how it works. That's the power you have as a caster in this situation. Hoppa running away. Drive Denon! Jaws! Why do you hate the Fusion in this situation? Bernard eats the grab, but you know, the Fusion still might win here. Bernard pays for it with his life. Carpe looking for that one magic arrow off to the side. Doesn't find it just yet as Astro. Right now, the garbage man just staying in here, taking out those who are at their lowest. And the Fusion stay alive in overtime. Graviton or no?
How does this keep happening? Seriously, how many things have I spoken into existence in this Cup broadcast alone? I've got no idea. Someone has to keep a tracker out there somewhere. OT's here, ZP. They're going to be able to get another contest here. Shy's got EMP, unleashes it, hits 2.
Bomb, meanwhile, out from Bernard. Goes back into the mech. Carpe out of the fight early. Won't be any arrow shenanigans this time. Mono dropping the mines on the point. IDK gets knocked into it. And Hoppa, high energy on the point, looking to beam them all down. It's very back and forth between the two teams. Graviton, though, from Hoppa, is that going to be a finisher? Shy still out on the outskirts, but doesn't matter. Hoppa punches him in the face. The Zarya carry is real. The Fusion finish out of time.
They do complete the map, though, ZP, so the additional rounds could be awarded, depending on how their defense goes. Wow. The very end, I mean, Bernard is doing a lot of work. We spoke up Gushue and Bernard at the start of this map and said how cohesive they have been, and yeah, Bernard showing real prowess on the Diva, eating that Graviton Surge, denying the combo. But it was still just individual picks. A lot of the time, a lot of these fights are decided by these picks that aren't to do with any sort of ultimate. More often than not in the hands of Carpe or MCD, IDK, like one of them getting a nice isolation with the Brig, or even just a right click with the Zen.
Yeah. You know, it's been, I'd say overall, this game has been a very rotational game of Overwatch. Like, I feel like both teams are constantly fighting for better positioning, and while teams are like mid-rotation, you're seeing more sort of, you know, it's not truly random, but it feels random pickoffs than normal, right? Where it's just like, well, I'm in the wrong spot, I'm dead. And, you know, rotational errors are getting punished, but both teams are actively looking to sort of out-rotate the other. It's been interesting, all in all. Except for the attack from Spark in the last map. That was not interesting at all. That was just bad.
It's been interesting, apart from that one time they just didn't move the payload, basically. And spent 4 minutes setting up. Yeah.
Yes.
Very true. Can't argue with that. Architect shouldn't find anything here. There's no way. That's an early bit of damage here from EQO. Gets bubbled and Harmony orbed by Alarm, so he's able to stay there for a little bit longer than what would normally be acceptable. So yeah, no silly Orisa comps here, ZP. So there you go, the Spark. They've given you your wish.
Yeah, honestly, I'm very happy. I could not have endured another round of slow Orisa repositioning. I think you have a tank like Gushue, play him on something mobile. He's good at it. Oh, the setup from Mono! Gotta love it. And the fall through from EQO. Look at the ult charge. Where, yeah, Architect got him at the end, but he's building, Jaws. He's building.
And these setups are just beautiful to watch. Mano goes in with a slam, EQO's already behind them. It's very classic, seems quite simple, right? Mano jumps in, slams, he gets bubbled, and then EQO sprays someone's down and disappears.
Just
Right,
the
yeah.
EQO things.
Hey there.
There we go.
Can't hack the health pack, it's already hacked. Unlucky. Unlucky. I'm sad.
Well, when you hack the thing, you also patch all the security vulnerabilities so it can't be rehacked again. You got the little hacker warfare going on there. You got Gushue over the top. The Spark taking a long time. MCD gets caught. Both Zens out of the fight. No orbs on even. Oh, EQO! No! He got knocked off. Didn't have a translocator. Maybe it died. I don't know. But the heads up play from Bernard.
Oh, EQ, no. He had the translocator available. He was throwing it upwards, but couldn't quite activate it in time before he hit the kill box. Oh, dearie me.
Yep,
unfortunate. Payload slowly moving as well as ZP. I mean, EQO is going to be able to get back in time. Look, he's already here, and he has the EMP in hand.
Yeah, he caught the EMP at the bottom of the valley. Actually tuck and rolled, got a little bit of charge. Now he's back. And now the EMP's raised. Just go straight for Zen. He's like, MCD, go away.
MCD isolated himself there in the tunnels. It was nowhere near IDK. IDK used the rally to try and make something of this fight, but Alarm's already dead.
Yep, Zens of both teams not having a great time right now. As the Sombras are feasting, EQO gets another, finds IDK. Pile driver coming in from both Hammonds. The Fusion though, look at the health, Jaws. They are so healthy. And the Spark, I mean, this offense could very well sputter on point A.
Yeah, it really can. Alarm's got the Transcendence to match MCD as well if he really needs it. I mean, it's all off these EMPs. These EMPs have just been so good. Shai's been able to set up with them quite nicely, but the supports from the Philadelphia Fusion just stalwart.
I mean,
stay alive.
I think that's one thing too we haven't talked about. Astro's also been real solid, fully adapted to team again. All right, already a trade. Gushue, EQO out of the fight early. Not going to be EMP building for EQ anymore. Meanwhile, Shy in the back looking for Carpe. Carpe super low, just barely shakes the pressure. Gets the peel from Bernard. Architect, meanwhile, caught his own defense force. Bernard, super low, has self-destruct. Definitely doesn't want to use it here just yet. As Alarm is just so well protected here in the back. Has a Transcendent reserve, and the bomb doesn't do anything from Bernard as the payload is not moving fast at all. And here comes the Fusion, engaging once more. Mono to the back. Hop up, 50% energy, looking for Bernard. Gets the D-Mech, Jaws, that's big.
It's absolutely massive. That Transcendent's going to get forced as well as EP.
Yeah, the Transcendent's out. The Dragon came on in. Bernard going, please can I get back? And Carpe says, no, have an arrow for your troubles. Get out of here. And now the Fusion just about there. Gushue. EMP gets dropped. Gushue hacked. Sad hamster noises. The Fusion take another.
They take another and put themselves on match point as well. Wow. Philadelphia Fusion really biting back, and this is a Fusion I think everybody wanted to see, honestly. They had such a struggle earlier on in the season, ZP, when a lot of their players just weren't even in the same country. They were stuck. They were literally stuck. Actual flash moment. Philadelphia Fusion, they're up. Another game, another map. We're going to jump to a quick break. Could be the final one if Philadelphia Fusion can send it home now.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by State Farm. For auto, home, or renters insurance, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
we're back, and map number 4 is coming up right away. We're going to a Temple of Anubis, ZP, for potentially our final map. Philadelphia Fusion are currently on match point, and they've made a quick substitution as well. We're seeing Shockwave actually come in now.
Yeah, Shockwave, player that's not played all season long. I mean, we were beaming earlier in the day about, yeah, here's the Philly hype video. Look at all the highlights of Shockwave Vancouver moments, right? But Shockwave is back. Shockwave, I mean, it's kind of a shame how it worked out this year, right? Where, like, visa issues are kind of unavoidable in esports. But Shockwave was one of the most promising players last season, having really good moments on a really bad team. Can't sugarcoat it. It was a really bad team. So now we get to see Shockwave on a really good team. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm super excited what he can get done. It is a pain, right? But it's something everybody kind of has to deal with at one point in their lives, you know, visa issues. And yeah, I'm happy he's there now and with the team. It must be a big sigh of relief for him. I can imagine when he got all that sorted, because being away for that long, you're missing out, you know, on team practice and a lot of other things as well, right? You're just kind of bonding with your team too. So yeah, it's good to see him raring to go. Anubis as well as a map, I mean, it favors both this kind of defensive style that Hangzhou Spark played a second ago with the Orisa, but it also, you know, the ball with the Farah and the EQO just kind of pounding, like, that could be a possibility as well.
Yeah. I'm curious to see how it goes down, where it's also worth noting on the substitution, I don't know if it showed on screen or not, but Shockwave coming in from Carpe, so maybe we won't see the Hanzo. Maybe we'll see the Shockwave version of the Hanzo. I do wonder what it means for what heroes they want Shockwave to play. Maybe it's going to be, you know, I'd say Farah, but we've seen EQO playing the Farah. Because, you know, historically, the hero that Shockwave really looked incredible on there, I think he really became a household name, was his Echo play last year, right? Where Shockwave's Echo was absurd, but you can't play it right now. It's not in the pool, so we'll see.
Yeah, it's what gap that they want to put him in and what they want him to fill in with, which would be nice. This is kind of like a taster test, right? And to see how they actually want to kind of integrate him. Could he be the finisher? Not entirely sure. I mean, this is the match point for Philadelphia Fusion, of course. Should be getting into game momentarily. And yeah, so I do glance over. It doesn't like Spark have done anything different here. They're still running the same 6. So yeah. Spark have been a weird one, man. Like, you think about over the last few months, and you even look at their Liquipedia page as well. It's like, okay, so they don't have Godsby anymore. Takiyaki's gone as well. And then you've got coaching staff like leaving and then getting promoted and then leaving as well. And it's like all up and down all over the place. You're like, wow, there's so many changes from a team that had a very, very large roster and a lot of coaching staff kind of backing them up as well, which is what's kind of needed in some respects with it, such a large roster that they did have. And yeah, I mean, I was worried because on one hand you're like, well, Spark, they're cutting down some of the players and some of the coaching staff just to like concentrate it, but then you're also losing a little bit of flexibility there as well, and you can't cut down too much because then you break into that. And hey, they still performed pretty well on over the last couple of maps, so you know, maybe it's working out for them thus far.
You know, Jaws, I'm going to make a reference that even I would not get here if not for my dad continually bringing it up. But I'm going to throw it out there. Maybe one person will get it. But when you look at the Spark and their coaching staff and all the changes, you know, it kind of makes me think that George Steinbrenner never died. Just went over, changed his name and appearance, and now is managing the Hangzhou Spark. Because, yeah, it's rare to see that many coaching changes in one season for a professional sports team. It has been done, but you got to go back to like the 60s or 70s to find instances of it happening that frequently. But hey, let's see if it works.
I mean, so you don't even get the reference really, but you got it because of your dad.
Yes.
Well, you get the reference, but you know what I mean? You got told about it.
I only know it because of my dad telling it to me over and over again over the course. So it goes way, way back there. But you know what? Somewhere out there, one person got it, and that's for them. That's all I got to say.
Oh, good. Well, the person is very happy to hear that, because for me, those were just words that you said, and I don't know what any of them meant or who those people were, so...
You don't know George Steinbrenner. You're missing out some culture here, is what I'll say.
Am I?
Is
this meat sports you're talking about?
It is meat sports. But you know, we don't have to talk about it for now, Josh, because the gates are about to open.
Good.
The Fusion are attacking. Hey, Shockwave on the Widow. He was also pretty good at that last year. Let's see what he does.
Long range hit scan. Shy's playing his own. Ooh! What a start. There you go. The one pick that he needed switches straight over to the Sombra. His job is done on the Widowmaker.
Yeah. Welcome back to the Overwatch League, Shockwave. We missed you. 6-on-5 now for the Fusion. Now EQO on the Genji. Not, Genji pick, sometimes a little controversial, but hey, chasing down the Winston. Shockwave, right place, right time to follow it up, and Shockwave, the 2 eliminations so far for the Fusion, 1 on the Widow, 1 on the Sombra, and the control of the point rapidly heading in favor of the Fusion. The Spark, well, Shy's back in it, got Mono. Spark haven't given up yet. EQO's Genji rotating around, looking for it. MCD, well protected on top, and this fight's getting longer than expected, Jaws. It's almost resetting, like soft resetting.
Yeah, the problem is right now for the Philadelphia Fusion, they are in this small room. Hopper's going to have his bubbles up momentarily, but he's going to have to save them for Alarm. Alarm's got Nano, but that massive bio nade from MCD lands on 3. Hopper did get nanoed, and in fact, is he going to be able to turn this? No, not today. Although Mano is still in the fight, ends up getting out as well. There's too much to deal with.
So, while it was going on, we didn't really have a clear view of it because we were watching the rumble in the room, but Shy did a lot there, John's got, I think, 3 pickoffs on the return Widow. For now,
nice sights being used. Like, the problem is right now for Spark, they're going to have to reset. I mean, the Philadelphia Fusion have been granted so much space.
Yeah, I mean, the Fusion get 1 pickoff. Oh, Shockwave gets caught. Gushway's able to find him now. Shy, even as the walls start fading, decides it's time to peek. It's time to look. It's time to back out and scream for heals because there's a monkey in my face. Shy, though, able to shake some of the pressure. Gushway a little bit low. MCD, though, can drop the nano at a moment's notice as Fusion now a little bit on the back burner.
Yeah, they are. They're still trying to reset this tempo. Nano Blade available rather soon. Only 25% away is Alarm from that Nano, and they've already used the rally as they do march on forwards.
Shockwave has the EMP, and Ulticom, you can have a deal here. You don't want to use everything for point A, but you just might have to with only a minute 30 left. Don't want to get held. Shy, though, finds Alarm. The Widow of Shy, unreal an opportunity. Gushway making the primal work, and wait, why is he dropped late here? It's so late into the fight. He's back at the enemy spawn. This is... Well, Mono got Shy. This is unorthodox, Josh.
Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? That actually kills Mono. And Eco used the blade too. They get 2 ticks, but they've only got a minute remaining. Eco's dead here for sure. Wow, what a
strange,
disjointed fight.
That was weird. That was not an orthodox Overwatch League fight. That was all over the place, but the Spark...
That was a ranked fight.
Yeah. Don't insult ranked games like that. Come on.
What? Okay, let's not get into that. Okay, I'll get what you did. Okay, EMP available for Shockwave, though, ZP.
It's true.
They have Grav, but can Shy just click a couple of heads and make this a little bit more punishing for them?
EMP out. Okay, when you really want Gushway out of the fight, this is the I hate Gushway play. And Gushway doesn't care. Gushway's like, I'm gonna dance in this bubble. The EMP's gone. What do you got? Architect went for the pulse bomb, does not connect. Gushway shakes all the pressure that was originally on him, still intact. And now the Fusion down to 9 seconds. Can they stay in it? Shockwave under pressure. Shy! Can he get through the window? He does. Meanwhile, Gushway's down. Hoppa coming on in. Graviton.
Crazy.
The healing's been very good. Hoppa holding on to Graviton. EQO finds Shy. And surely this time, it'll be the Fusion getting the point. Overwhelming advantage. Graviton in reserve, but Hoppa wants to save it. Doesn't want to use it here, and quite frankly, should not need to use it. This should be it.
Yep, inevitable now as MCD and IDK are dead. There you go, finally. In OT, they do manage to cap the point. 3 minutes added to their time bank. Take a dry fight here, ideally, I think, for the Fusion. That way, they can build up to Nanoblade, they can build up to EMP, just one fell swoop, kill the rest of the Spark.
I agree.
Should be as good as gold.
I agree, but I look at this, I don't think Hoppa's going to wait. I think he's just going to yeet this Graviton out, so long as they have 6. But they don't have 6 anymore. They lost Shockwave. So I think the Graviton will probably stay in the gun, one would think.
One would think. Where's the, where's the Grav produced from in the Zarya gun?
I mean, I assume like the black hole looking thing in the middle that grows with energy, like that would be my guess. I don't know. I'm no scientist going in on it, but just following the sparkly lights. But now the Fusion, they're back and ready to go. Shockwave has EMP. Here comes the blade from EQO. He's charged up. Electricity's coursing through his veins. Slice it back over. Deals with LAR, deals with MCD, and that is well executed by the Fusion. It should be point B.
Yeah, Nano Blade, the grab thrown in, Shockwave as well is going to hack anybody that comes to the door, and there you go, yeah, point B. Taken by the Philadelphia Fusion, a slightly dry fight. It was actually Shockwave just dying, and then they were forced to kind of take this dry fight, this just slow poke battle. And then Nano Blade and EMP, a true classic, if you ask me.
Yep. Well, yeah, I mean, the strangest thing about all that, too, is that, like, the Fusion offense was very disjointed on point A and then very good on point B. So it kind of split the difference with a minute 46 left. Very winnable now for the Fusion. And we'll see how the Spark offense goes here. You know, the Spark offense, you kind of flip a coin and go, like, what Spark offense are we getting this round? And hopefully it's not the slow recent one, which, frankly, wouldn't make much sense here on the Anubis anyway. So probably not that.
We've seen sillier things, ZP. I will say that. We've seen sillier things. Same kind of comp here for the defense. Shockwave not starting on the Widowmaker. I mean, they just want to go thick and fast, really. You start on the Widow and you get picked. It's like such a punishing play because then you have so little in terms of damage and utility as well with the hacks if you're Shockwave. So I like the fact that he's starting on the Sombra. Now he's just peeking. He knows what's good. He knows that Shy is going to be on that Widow.
Watch him get hit by a sleep dart.
There's no
Make
way.
It's happened
Nice
before,
little landing.
but not this time. Farm with the little stat pad off the bio. But now Shy, looking for it.
hello.
Oh, Shockwave! He knows.
Yeah, he's not going to dice with death, though. Doesn't want to chance it. Wow, actually a Kree being played by Shy instead. He knows he's not against an opposing Widow, so this pick is a lot safer than it normally would be.
Felt a little bit of judgment in your voice. He's eventually good. It's like, a Kree. See if Shy is able to make
Hey,
it.
come on, man. Kree is strong. 225 HP. You probably should nerf it again.
225 HP, can roll. He can have his Peacemaker turned into a gorilla killing cannon with the nano boost. Like, yeah, best hero. But Sparker taking a long time here, Dawes. This is a little bit of Blizzard World flashbacks for different reasons. They're just not moving.
We're not going to move. We will poke with our dive bomb.
Yeah. Catch him off guard. No one expects the poke with the dive bomb.
No one expects Shy to just sit there and the only one to do damage. Oh, what a sleep, what a sleep, what a sleep. That's very good. Can they actually do anything about it? Yes, they can.
Oh. Shield was good, though. Sorry. B-Ball Hoppa. Moving forward. 91 energy. Gushway. Off the Nano. Fusion healing up a lot of this quite well. And the Nano went to EQO there in the middle of that for the Fusion. Still wasn't enough to build Blade, but I think EQO was just a little bit of danger. Hoppa, though, finds Shy. And oh, here comes EQO. Probably going to kill the Zarya and build the rest of the Blade. Big. Wow.
These sleeps are so impactful by Alarm. 2 big sleeps, you force out cooldowns, then just end up killing Banar. Wow, this is looking rather good for the Fusion now. EMP and Blade, they don't have Nano, but they're going to have Grab fairly shortly as well. IDK's got the rally, but you're not going to be able to survive all this damage coming in.
Okay, the
early EMP is the best EMP to use here too, I believe.
Also, if you're Shy, have you ever just spy checked for the Sombra with a flashbang? That's a power move.
Yeah. That is a power move, actually, yeah. If he got it, though, he would have looked really cool.
It's true. Well, the Fusion still holding on to a lot of ult power. In fact, all ult power. They've collected all the Infinity Stones. Shockwave probably going to be the leader, but no. Nanoblade, immediately just finds Shy. Gets stunned. A lot of damage going to EQO. Retreats. Gets out. Doesn't die. Doesn't feed. Good enough. But, Astro gets caught in the melee.
Yeah, that's a super unfortunate pick-off now because the rally has now disappeared, ZP.
Yeah, and now look at this Gushue. Sets a signal go, use the primal. Architect strikes again. Oh, EQO just gets spacked midair. The large gorilla paw to the face. And now the Spark. A little bit of finish onto Alarm, and surely that'll be enough here for point A. I mean, sometimes you come back in. I don't think it'd be wise here for Fusion. Though I think they're capable. Everyone's back at spawn.
That was the perfect pick from Architect there. That pulse one landing onto Funny Astro. They remove the rally from the fight. And Break's not exactly the fastest hero in the world. Sure, you can shield bash with some movement, but nothing crazy. 3.5 minutes now, 4 second. EMP early.
Woo. Yeah, they went really far out and got a huge reward, Jaws. It's always risky to see a team go that far out on Nubis, but you know what? It's great when it works.
Oh, it looks fantastic, but when it fails, it looks miserable.
Yes,
it really does. But I think that's Overwatch, to be honest with you. You go for a cool play and you fail, you just look like a fool.
I need healing.
It's like that one NBA gif where the guy like goes for the shot and he thinks he hit it and turns around and yeah.
Oh yeah.
Epic fail.
Remember that from the early 2000s? That was cool.
I do. Yeah, I remember a lot of stuff that I don't even want to say I remember because eventually it starts dating you. But here we go. Gushue on top. Looking.
Going to be okay.
And backs out. The Spark, again, kind of stereotypically going to take this a little bit slow, guys.
Yep. That's not an epic win.
Epic win. Epic fail.
Anibate.
Epic play.
Goes one.
Maybe.
IDK dead. Oh, nice flashbang. Oh, it's not going to matter. Of course it's not.
Yep.
Oh, baby, that's what I'm talking about. EQO goes in with the blade, stalls out for so much longer as well. Look at this, 2 minutes in the time bank, ZP. They haven't even touched that second point.
Not quite yet. Epic defense. Where, I'm not going to say epic anymore. Like, it's addictive to say everything is epic.
Can we just talk about This Is Sparta remixes then? Do you remember those?
God.
Oh,
300
God.
the movie, that's like, I'm too young to see 300. It's too much. And it's,
what a film it was, though. I know Seth's going to hate me because I know Seth hates every film I like, so.
Yeah, well, he's a film elitist.
He is.
Him and Hex. But you know what? Forget the films, because here we go again. The Fusion being aggro. Mono way out of spawn and also fight himself. Get thrown away there to a degree. Shy, though, under pressure from the Genji, from Mono, who, and all the jumping around, somehow finds Shy at the very end. And Fusion, how far deep are they going to go? For now, keeping it within the gates as the Spark only have 1 minute to go.
Yeah, it reminds me of point A though, ZP. If Funny Astro gets picked off yet again by somebody or someone, like, it could be disaster for the Fusion. They've got this rally versus this Nano Monkey and the Graviton Surge and the High Noon. Very deadly.
I think you're right, is that Funny Astro doesn't get picked, it's big. And all right, Shockwave drops EMP and immediately Architect falls. You go for the value, easy kill onto the Tracer. You drop the rally. The Fusion looking to end this here and now if they can. Nano Zarya charged up, good to go. But the Spark are down 2
It's
here.
not going to be enough.
No, the blade! EQO coming out. He's charging. He's looking. He's slicing. He's dicing. Takes down another 3. Genji, EQO, and the Spark perhaps cut to ribbons.
EQO. Oh my goodness. Triple kill with the blade and only 10 seconds remaining, ZP. Philadelphia Fusion, they might just end it here.
Yeah, this could be the rare, like it doesn't even end with the stall. Just look at this. No one touches. 2, 1. Oh, they touched. They got in. You still got a little bit of the fight. But the question is, how much is now the Spark?
Wall has been
trying
hacked
to
as
keep it
well.
overtime?
Architect's going to get on with the pulse.
Could be big. Could be the
And he
start of
finally
something big.
think Bernard's not going to there. The EQO's hunting in the back line.
Yeah, he's looking for it. Shockwave, though, is built it on the EMP. Time to put this one away. Drops the EMP. EQO there on the fall through on the Shy. Looking for Gushue. One round of shurikens after the other. And the Fusion continue their streak here in the Countdown Cup.
Yeah, 3-1 against the Spark. It looked a bit dicey towards the end there, but the EQO blade strikes again. I am very happy that the Fusion are doing well. The Fusion fans definitely cheering. I remember Bad Patch Murray actually did an apology video to Fusion fans, and maybe you should make another one after this performance as well. Look at, oh my word, you will definitely see that in the replays, but EQO's Blade at the very end. They're getting a nice little 3-piece to seal the deal. 2-0 in the Countdown Cup are the Philadelphia Fusion currently. ZP, they are looking to maybe make it undefeated too. They've already defeated one of the hardest opponents in the Eastern region in Shanghai Dragons, and the Hangzhou Spark have just fallen as well now.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking very, very good for the Fusion, where, as you say, they dealt with the Dragons, and they also dealt with a team that I consider a bit of a dark horse at the Spark, where the Spark, you never know what Spark you're going to get on a given day. I think they're a team that can surprise you, and, it looked in the beginning of the series like something like, oh boy, the Fusion could be in trouble, and, they weren't. They adapted. They played really well. It's 3-1. You gotta love it.
Yeah, the whole of the Fusion squad performed exceptionally, and our player of the match isn't going to be EQO. It's actually going to be Hopper as our Xfinity player of the match, ZP, and his Zarya, his grabs have looked good this whole series long, setting his team up for success at the very end there. EQO set up very well via a grab from Hopper. His Diva as well is also world class on a team last year that just didn't perform that well at all on the NYXL. The only real time he showed up was actually at the homestand to a Hopper on Philadelphia Fusion, looking like a brand new player, really reinvigorated.
Well, also, I feel like, the better reason for him playing really well, because this was a great game for Hoppa, is also, he kind of has the fire under him, right? Like, he sees Tucker in the back, like, rubbing Poco's shoulders, being like, you want to get in there? And Hoppa's like, no, it's my spot. I will defend it to the end.
He's doing a good job of it right now, ZP, I'll tell you that. Of course, you can see his Zarya highlights throughout the day. Yeah, good showing from Hopper all around. In fact, good showing from the Philadelphia Fusion in general. I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do. Can they break the curse? That's always the question on everybody's lips every single time the Philadelphia Fusion end up playing. 32% average energy, bit of a slower fight though. We'll let him off for that one, but 22 kills with the ult, 32 final blows, feeling pretty good with himself. A man that can definitely pilot the Zarya to its full potential.
I love how I say pilot the Zarya, because now I feel like we're thrown back to the beginning of the day where we were making jokes with Doa about, like, hamsters being in every Overwatch hero. It's like, Zarya is not her own independent entity. There's actually a mini Hammond inside, like, piloting the Zarya. It's all hamsters all the way down. That's right.
Oh, maybe that's the hidden lore in Overwatch 2. Maybe. Probably not. Don't
hamsters
let Doa
v robots.
Lore. Don't. Doa, don't go near a pen and pencil and start submitting lore requests. Please. Otherwise, it will just be hamster within hamster within hamster, and it will just get too far gone, and then everybody will lose their minds.
Yeah, but it's also the way of the world. Like, you're a hamster right now. You don't even know it.
No, no. It's too early/late for that, ZP. Let's have a look at some bold predictions though. Presented by Pringles. ZP, give it to me. Come on. Give me a bold prediction. Give it to me about Philly. You're not going to get a chance to give one about Spark. Give me a bold prediction about Philadelphia Fusion right now.
Bold prediction about Philly, and I don't want my heart broken, but I'm going to say it. I think Philly will outperform all expectations into a brilliant loss to the Shanghai Dragons in the finals of the Countdown Cup. However, then they'll maybe get knocked down in the first round of the playoffs. I feel like you live by the Philly, you die by the Philly. They're riding a high right now, but they'll run out of gas at the last moment.
Is that so much of a bold prediction or just a general prediction?
I mean,
I'm hoping it's bold.
Yeah, it's like I'm hoping. Oh, you're predicting Philly not to win. How is that bold? Okay, you got me. It wasn't as bold as I hoped.
What would my bold prediction be? I think. I guess Alarm can't really win Rookie of the Year again because he's not a rookie this year. My bold prediction is someone. Can't name who, because I think all of Fusion right now are playing rather well. Someone. Oh, it is bold prediction. EQO gets MVP of the year. There you go.
Is that even possible?
Very bold.
I feel. Hasn't there been voting like to narrow down the candidates? Or
that's why it's bold.
Yeah, but there's bold.
Unbelievably bold.
Yeah. I mean, I guess for whatever
reason.
reason.
Format. Don't question me. Not? That was my segment, kind of. I led it anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, I also production was in my ear. They said we need you the fact check.
Well, I can't do that right now. I don't know, dude. Okay, you caught me. Okay, he can't be the MVP. Oh, hands up, hands up. Fine, fine, fine. But there were your bold predictions presented by Pringles. And that is it. That is done for the day now with that win from the Philadelphia Fusion. They go up 2-0 in the Countdown Cup. They're looking fantastic. And the Hangzhou Spark, again, hit to the post. They got reverse swept by Seoul Dynasty. They get taken down here. It's not looking like the Hangzhou Spark from the previous tournament, ZP.
No, not at all. I mean, the Spark, it's frustrating because you see the talent on the team, Jaws. You know, this is a team that, you know, under the right circumstances, they could bring it to the next level, but they're just inconsistent. They vary from map to map. You can talk about the coaching situation all I want, and maybe that's a reason, but, you know, right now for the Spark, maybe they pull it all together, but it ain't looking good.
No, it's signs of life, but the Fusion fans are going to be rejoicing after this one. But that is going to be all for it today. All the Overwatch action is done here in the East. Of course, you can join us a little bit later on for North American Overwatch League action starting in a few hours. But from me and ZP and everybody in the lovely production crew, we're going to see you later. And yeah, get some sleep wherever you are. Get a drink and get ready for some more Overwatch action a little bit later on. See you soon.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by Pringles. Stay in the game.